Good evening, my MGTOW brothers. We are here tonight to remember our dear friend, SCE, Success Pool Endeavors. He was a fixture of our online community, known as the Master Wrench. And through the hard work and dedication of many guys behind the scenes, we have finally figured out what has happened to SCE. Now, the key came when I engaged the services of Billy Von Baum, and he volunteered too because everybody loved SCE. And I'll have Billy come on here in just a bit. He's behind stage right now. But I wanted to take the time to say thank you to SCE for making, you know, my time behind the wheel safer and my life brighter, and really reinforcing that there are good men of God out there who have morals, values, ethics, and principles and live by them every day. Every day. I met with SCE many times and had lots of good laughs and meals. We did a few streams, but mostly it was just the sheer enjoyment of hanging out with a truly righteous dude. So, the link is pinned, and I'll be bringing people on one at a time, except for a couple of fellows who I know were really, really close with SCE, and they will be joining me on the panel. But first, I'm going to bring Billy Von Baum in. So, hello,
Hey,
Billy.
hey, Brandon. Hey,
And
everybody.
we all owe Billy you know, a huge thanks for nailing this down and finally figuring this out.
It's I did it for me. I did it for everybody here. I did it for him. Uh, I don't want him to be forgotten. So I made it a mission to find out what happened to him, and he kind of made it easy for me. I think he was leading me along down the trail. Um, so basically, once I had a name and especially an address uh, tacked down, I found that his family had put the house up for sale. The house has been sold. So I contacted the real estate agent with the inquiry of what happened to the person who lived there. It took them a day to get back to me, but they were extremely kind and gave me the entire story. Um, and is that basically in early March, he was cutting his lawn. He finished up, came inside, sat down on the couch, and they believe, and the coroners made their reports, they believe that he had a massive heart attack and, uh, and entered into the kingdom of God. For some time, uh, he was. It was not known that he had passed. I, they don't have exact time that he was there on his own, but his daughter finally made the trip to go check on him because she hadn't heard from him, and to which time she discovered him. So then it's gone through the courts. As she petitioned the courts to take over his estate, and they're just finishing up with the liquidation of the estates and all his holdings. So I double checked, triple checked, made sure I got the right guy, and it's him. So he's gone.
Well, thank you very much, Billy. I found his name, I found his address, but I couldn't find anything else. Uh, Several other brothers looked, and we couldn't find anything, but you did. So you are the man. Thank you very much.
I,
Uh,
like I said, we needed to know. We needed to find him, and I'm just glad that I did, and that we could put closure to what happened to him, because we've all been missing him ever since he disappeared early March. So
yeah. All right. We have one
do it.
fast that.
Real quick, should I talk about the memorial I made?
Oh, absolutely.
So now he'd probably be maybe a little upset, or maybe not. I prefer to remember him as him, and not as clown face Obama. Although that was funny. So his name was John, and I put up a memorial page, where I will post it in the chat here.
I just did.
Okay. And you can go there and you can leave your messages for him, and messages for his family, because his family found him alone. And that's probably, they don't even know that he touched so many people, that he had this community behind him. They have probably no idea that we exist and that we cared for him. So I think it would be great if we all go there and just tell an SCE story, leave whatever you want to memorialize him, and thank him, and then we'll try to get that to his family, to know that he didn't die alone, that there's a lot of guys who really cared about him. So
Yeah, definitely is. He was a good man. He even would, like, we'd have a brother or something who was kind of acting out or acting a little crazy, and he would constantly be reining people in from knocking this person down. So not only did he moderate the chats, he moderated he moderated our behavior as well, even outside of the streams. Okay, I'm going to bring in a couple more guys. Um, got One Fast Dak and Hammerhand, and Chaos also. He's one of the last people that saw him as well. I believe the last physical time that anybody other than me saw him was when SCE, myself, and Eric Zombro all had dinner together. So,
Yeah.
Dak, you've been waiting the longest.
Yeah, hi, Brandon. Hi, guys. Hammer, how's it going, Billy? Appreciate all you've done, brother. Hey, Chaos. Yeah, I searched for him for a long time on Facebook, and I did message his family and stuff. But as Billy explained to me there, I wasn't a friend, Facebook friend, so they probably didn't see my messages. So I guess that was a bunch of wasted time. But yeah, I searched high and low, and came up with nothing. So yeah, Billy, thanks again. We were just kind of on pins and needles, and it kind of makes sense now that he came in from cutting lawn and sat down, and he died suddenly, because I think if he would have had an idea it was coming, he probably would have taken care of a lot of his business, right, with his accounts and whatnot. So definitely a tragedy. I mean, every time we had conversations, it was a 4-hour conversation. So anyway, sorry guys, go ahead.
it's okay, man.
All right. Yeah, he could talk. Okay, I'll back that one up. The man could talk.
Yeah.
He didn't like to come on stream, but When you got him alone, he really had a lot to say. Chaos or Hammer, do you want to say a little bit?
Yeah, man, I'd be happy to. I picked up SCE, or I mean, let me correct that. SCE picked me up way back when on Hammerhand 2, I believe it was, and I knew right away that he was going to be one of those guys. In concert with Duality Reality, which our brother is English, so he has to maintain a little bit of a low profile because you know how they're doing it over there in Britain now. He and DR were incredible. They were incredible. And I don't know what's gone on with DR. He's had to drop out a couple of times to take care of business and to protect himself over there in a totalitarian environment coming to a neighborhood near you soon. Trust me. I just want to say that I appreciate all of you men for coming on out and for showing who you are. SCE was an incredible person. He was an incredible person. And being as that he has passed now, and that all of this is out in the open, and everybody knows that his name is John. Thank you, Billy Von Baum, for creating this memorial for him. That was touching, very touching. He sent me a few pictures of himself and his brother over the years, so I'm gonna post a couple of those over on that site, and I'm gonna give off a couple of stories. I can't be sad. I'm sad that the presence of my friend John is not here on this terrestrial plane anymore, but I'm not sad that he cut his yard, he was smelling the fresh cut grass, and he went home. I'm not sad about that at all. As a matter of fact, I felt relief that he didn't suffer somewhere for months and months and months and then pass away.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
So, gents, thank you for everything that you do. I feel dirty even saying this, but you know that these son of a bitches are going to come out of the woodwork and they're going to try to harm you and harm us and tarnish SCE. You know that that's coming, so prepare yourselves for that.
Yes,
prepare
sir.
yourselves for that. When any of these people decide to get in your space and try to run this filthy fucking tactic that they run on guys like SCE, even Kevin Samuels. I was not a fan of Kevin Samuels, but other than saying what I feel is the truth, I don't go out of my way to try to dirty him up. So, but you know that that's coming. So there's going to be a lot of people that will want to engage with you. Just use your best judgment. These people weren't here when it mattered, so they shouldn't be front and center when it doesn't.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if they have legitimate questions, that's fine. But if they start their shit, then I don't know, man. I just ghost them, bro.
Just get rid of them.
Just
get rid of them. They're not here for you.
No.
They're here for themselves, and they're here to try to dirty up and tarnish what MGTOW represents, what the philosophy of MGTOW represents. John lived it and breathed it. He ate it 100% all day long. So shout out to him. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to this chat and our gracious host, Brandon Trueblood.
And especially shout out to John, because he really did live it. He was a pillar of the community,
and just the time he would take with everyone. Like, he would talk to everyone. I remember when he first got me on Discord on my first channel, I had no idea what I was doing, but all of a sudden 10 minutes later I'm talking to the man, right? And he would just, anybody who ever wanted to reach out, he would talk to them for hours and hours, and whatever problems they had, he would solve, and just great all around man. Just a real treasure to MGTOW, a real treasure.
Yeah. There's this thing. Go ahead.
Let's not forget his fine artistic ability with the Saunders Eve products. That stuff was a work of art.
He got good with AI, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
I have a ton of stuff that he's sent to me over the last number of months here before he passed on, and I've never made it public, but I think I'll just go ahead and I'll start leaking that out now.
I'm gonna leak some too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you know how the AI is really awful with spelling, and that drove him insane,
Oh, I know.
right?
Well, I
So
bet
he
it
would,
did.
because I always sent my stuff to SCE, and
Yeah.
he would fix it and send it back.
Yeah.
So
I say, Gone with John in your chat, man. He says, when I showed up, he embraced me. That changed me and meant so much. Well, you could always depend on that from SCE.
Right on.
Yep.
Shout out, John.
Yep.
How's it going, Rad?
Good to see you guys. I have
What's up,
two
brother?
things. I have two things to say about SCE. He would always jump in streams, if we would be piggybacking, and he'd say, "Man, I can't stay too long. I got to get the hammers or Dax." But he always made a presence just to show
Yeah.
that he cared about everybody's, audience and topics. And the second thing is when I think I was 2 years into my channel before it got nuked. He brought me into Discord one night after the chat, after the live stream, and spent an hour and a half with me going through Discord. And I thought to myself, this guy is salt of the earth, beautiful man, and rest in peace. We're all going to be there someday, as Hammer mentioned. It brings me up to the fact that so many of our brothers have gone forward, and our time will be up soon.
Sure, man. And I don't think that any of us should look at that as a bad thing. We shouldn't. We're here to fight the fight, whether it's for MGTOW or Red Pill, or if you're blue pilled, or if you're out there just living your life and grinding away. We're out here to fight the fight. And one day that fight on this plane is going to end. And that's nothing to be sad about. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to have some fucking hater walk up in your shit and try to, make you feel a certain way about it. Those people are betraying themselves when they go down that road, and you should recognize it for that. Don't be drawn into arguing and debating people that really don't care to argue with you and debate you. Their entire point is to upset you and bother you and make you go away. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's their goal, is to make you, exactly, quit and go away. That's exactly their goal. I remember
right.
SC, the last message I actually had from SC, I just like to mention this. I took a break for a while there, straighten out my health a bit the best I could. And right away, SC messaged me, and he says, "Oh, yeah, well, them guys are saying they chased you out of here. They chased you out of here, right?" I said, "Oh, is that what they think? Okay, well, give me 30 days. I'll be right back." Fucking, cocksuckers.
Yeah. Every single time I had a channel go down, from the first one to the last one, I took 7 or 10 days off and just cleared my head a little bit, swept out the internet and all of those cobwebs, enjoyed that time, and then came on back. I can do this shit in my sleep. I need nothing to rattle off an hour, 2 long hour video, nothing at all. And every man on this panel is the same way. And I would dare to say that most of the people in the chat are exactly the same way.
It just got weird and smelly here.
Uh-oh.
He's lubing up his throat with the throat goat, with Saunders Eve throat goat butter.
Oh, no.
Speaking of Saunders.
You shut your whole mouth, Chaos.
You got to hand it to him. That was perfectly timed.
That smells like Nebraska. Ooh.
What's up, Eric?
Hey, gents. Just want to thank you guys. It's a great stream. They'll be sorely missed, just like Frank.
Zombro, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Hey, brother. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you, as always. Anyway, I'll jump out to give someone else a chance, but thanks a lot for doing this, guys. God bless.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Zombro. Thank you, Rad.
Good to hear from you guys.
All right. So I'll just, when you come on stage, just keep it, personal. Say your piece, and
Sure.
we're hopefully we can get everybody in.
I really don't know what to say on these types of things. I just want to come and just show my presence. I really don't know what to say on shit like this.
It's all right, Saunders. Don't worry about it, brother. You're here. People can see that, and they see you, and that's perfectly fine, man. Perfectly fine. Thank you for being here.
He really got a kick out of you, Saunders. SC, we used to talk about you. He got such a kick out of you, brother. He really loved you, man.
He did.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I heard that, and
Yeah.
Char was letting me know too.
He used
Maybe it
to
was
laugh.
said to me once.
That's
I heard that he really got a kick out of my shit, so
Oh,
I'm very happy that he did.
he used to laugh till he cried on the phone with me with you.
Just showing off his artwork.
So thanks
Saunders
for-
thought was great.
Yeah, so thanks, Saunders, for making him enjoy the time he had here, because he sure
Yeah.
enjoyed you, brother.
Oh yeah.
No problem. And I want to thank True Blood too for the text and let me know to hop on. So thank you, Brandon.
Anytime.
Let me ask a question here. Obviously, setting aside SCE, John, at this point in time, when you think about our brothers that have passed on into the afterlife, which one comes to mind? Anybody can answer this question.
Invention for me.
We got
Oh,
Invention. Invention.
Spetsnaz, Dick Marks,
Oh, Dick Morris.
Cypher.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dick Marks.
Archangel.
There's a good dude.
Yeah, Liberation Y. Yeah.
Yeah.
MGTOW Life. Do you guys remember MGTOW Life with the motorbike?
MGTOW.
Yeah.
I have his picture. He's sitting on a fat fucking Indian,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
wearing a backwards Kangol. Just a great picture. Great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I used to know.
Life pumped my
I knew his
channel when I
name.
was first starting out. So
I forget
Yeah.
his name, Radney Warren. Sorry, go ahead, Vinny. How's it going, brother?
no, I'm doing good, Dad. Good to see you. See everybody. MGTOW Life pumped my channel. When I was first starting out, like when I had like maybe 100 subs or something like that. But yeah,
He's real close. He was real close with Rad.
yeah.
Yeah, that young man, it was Duality Reality, SuckCesspool Endeavors, and MGTOW Life were my first 3 wrenches.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were amazing guys. Amazing guys. And then everybody that's come after them has to fit that mold. You
Yeah.
have to have the temperament to be a wrench, and then you have to be something extra to be a master wrench.
Yeah.
Sifu Black Irish.
Oh,
Sifu.
Yeah.
And
Of
Fixing
course.
to bring him up. You beat me to it.
Yeah.
Frank.
He was another good dude.
Channel 1800, yeah.
Yeah,
And
who
then
could
Montana
forget
Monk.
Oh, yeah, Montana Monk. Wow.
Who could forget Frank, man?
Nobody.
Oh yeah.
Outlawed. You got
Well,
something
Hammerhand,
you
you
would
had
like
mentioned
to
him.
share
You
with
forgot his name, but you had mentioned him in the last video you did, and his name was Renegade Number 1.
Yeah. That
Um,
pisses me off that I forgot that too,
No,
man.
no
Yeah.
worries, no worries.
As
I
soon as
forget
I
it all the
saw
time.
it,
Yeah.
as soon as I
Yeah.
didn't have much exposure to the young man,
No, neither did I. That's
but I
right.
had come across him a little bit, and then I found out that he took his own life. And
oh my goodness.
goodness, that's what I try to tell y'all. You may be in tremendous pain now, man, but unless that's a congenital thing or it's a physiological thing, that pain is going to lessen and it's going to pass. Don't ever take away all your future opportunities by taking your life. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do
Always
that.
could be worse, I guess. Hammer? Always could be worse.
Well,
Yeah.
it can be, and I have been a living, breathing example of
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
You know,
I remember your
Right
stories.
now, things are fucking soaring. Life is really good right now. But 10
Yeah.
years ago, 12 years ago, it was not good.
Yeah.
No. I remember this thing that hit me, Hammer, when you said we used to be so hungry we would throw up. And that stuck with me for so long after you said that. I didn't feel sorry for myself after that.
No, you can't. You can't. You can carry a little bit of remorse for being alive. I mean, I think that we all do, but you can never pity yourself or feel sorry for yourself, and you can't sit there, in my opinion, and think that you deserve anything. Go fucking get it.
Yeah, that's right.
Go get it.
All right. We got some other brothers backstage. So Outlaw.
Hey, I'll go ahead. I'll go
Well,
ahead and pop off, guys.
yeah. I'm gonna go
guys,
ahead
you guys-
and just about I just wanted to say it was an honor and a privilege to have met him and dined with him and gotten the privilege to have talked to him. Even if it was just that one time. One thing I do remember about him the most, he was always coming into my chat and into my Discord saying, "Take a hit, Chaos, take a hit." So I'm gonna take a hit in remembrance of SCE, and I'm gonna hack my lungs out as I leave, so someone else can take my place.
Heck yeah, man.
Thank
You
you,
know,
Chaos.
this goes back a little way.
Love you, brother SCE. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for having me, Brandon.
See you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, this goes back a little ways, but this reminds me a lot of when we first saw Undead Chronic come on the scene. And for about a year, he had just a relentless moderator, and his name was Thought Patrol. And Thought Patrol passed away.
Yeah.
And it reminds me a lot of that, because those guys were just invaluable in those chats. And I think that was a precursor for him forming the war band, is to encircle himself with people that he could trust that was like Thought Patrol.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. Yeah, SCE never missed one of Chronics. Not
Yeah.
No, not one.
Yeah.
If he thought that there was even a chance that he was going to miss something that I was doing, he would text me and let me know. And I say, brother, you're a patriot, man. Get the fuck out there. You got to take an extra long dump. Go ahead and do it. It's okay.
Oh man.
He Master.
You know.
Sorry, go ahead.
You know, Hammer, you said it a while ago, and it was the same thing I thought about. When Frank passed away, when we lose somebody like that, I don't consider it a loss. Coming from the Christian world, we don't consider these things a loss. We say that they went home.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, and I believe that. And the little bit of sadness that I feel is because I know that I'm not going to get to talk to him until I shed this meat suit.
Exactly.
We don't mourn the loss in the Christian world. We celebrate.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a celebration.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let me say this, and I'll get off, let people get on. But when I'm going through battles, and I'm going through a battle right now and everything, and I just covered your prayers and stuff like that. But every time I get into a condition like that, God will do something to show me that, no, you got to keep going and everything. And found out this morning that SCE had passed. And a few months back, and I left a comment on your channel, Hammer, about this, but I had a real strong impression to do a video about peace, the MGTOW man's peace. And I did this video, put this video out there and everything. SCE leaves a comment on my channel.
I saw it.
And it was very strange because SCE had never really did that before. And I didn't know that at that time that SCE was struggling with, what he was struggling with and everything, health-wise and everything. So, I saw that comment and, it was kind of strange to me and everything, and I left it at that. And then, found out that SCE had passed away today. And it came back to me that of that video, he needed that. And that's why he left that comment like that, because he needed that. And, and it just shows me there that, we all need each other, and you don't know, we need each other. And that video, came at a time in his life, which I didn't even know, right? But that video came at a time when he needed that. And it just showed me that, no matter how bad the struggle is, you got to keep going. You have to keep going, because you don't know who you're helping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I would like to say. And it is a sad thing to see brothers pass on into eternity. But the thing is that when we MGTOW men pass on into eternity, there's something to celebrate, and there's you.
Oh, darn.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Well, we've got a couple of the guys that are asking what SCE died of. He had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And he had suffered from COPD, chronic pulmonary
COPD, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
With his
Anyways,
lungs are bad, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a long-term, very heavy smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my impression that he had stopped, but he didn't
did,
stop
yeah.
soon enough.
He did.
Yeah, he didn't quit soon enough.
Not-
I see some people have been asking if there is a obituary online. I haven't been able to find one, but his family has just finished dealing with his estate, so he might, not. They might have not had a service for him yet. I'm not sure. And we'll keep looking out for an obituary. If it comes up, we'll definitely get it out there to you guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Cool. Thanks, Billy.
I used to say we'd see you later. No, not anymore. We'll see you soon.
It's not going to be that long, gents.
Yeah.
We're all going to head down that road at some point in time, man. And like I said, from the first day to the last day, what you do in between those is what really matters. Now, we make a lot of mistakes. We learn. Hopefully, we learn. And as we get older and we mature and we turn into old ass motherfuckers, we can try to pass that on to people down the road. They're not going to listen to you, but hopefully something of what you say or do will resonate with them while they're fucking up, and they will try to fix what they're doing. And little bit by little bit, they'll put it together.
When he mentioned that he was a follower of Christ, I was like, yeah, he's in good hands.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you there are no better hands to be in. So no better hands. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way, man. I see you guys popping in here, and it's wonderful to have you all 127 sensitive eyeballs right now. Thank you.
Nice.
Any final thoughts, Outlaw? We've got a bunch of folks backstage.
Whatever you got to do, brother. That's
four
fine.
guys on here that haven't talked yet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, whatever
You want me to dip out, bro?
No. You hang it, please.
Okay.
I'm going to dip out. I want other people to be able to speak their mind.
Billy, thanks
Thank
for
you
what
very
you did.
much, Billy.
Thanks,
My
Billy.
God, Billy.
Billy, I've had the pleasure
Billy,
of meeting Billy
thank
Von Baum a couple of times, and he is a gentleman and a scholar, and you would not ever identify him with a MGTOW. So that's not a bad thing to say. It's just we have all walks and all stripes in our philosophy, and he's one of the best. One of the best. Thank you, Billy, for what you've done.
Thanks,
Thank
Billy.
you, Hammer. Thank you. I appreciate
it, Billy.
And it's good seeing you all, and go over to that page and leave a message for John and his family. I really want them to know that he what kind of person that he was. All right, guys. I'll see you all soon. All right.
Yeah.
Take care,
Billy.
All right.
Hey, brothers, just want to say SCE brought me into this community. He invited me to my first MGTOW server, and he taught me a lot about the wrench work.
Char, what's
He was
going
a
on,
great-
Mr. Asnabal? How are you?
He was a great person.
What's
We
up,
had
Char?
so much fun on Saunders stream, laughing our asses off. Trolling Saunders. He always sent me AI art and shit.
I've never heard your voice before, and putting you in a Gundam right now is really easy to do.
Char.
Char.
I'm not a big talker, but today I had to jump on stream and say something.
Shit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna hop off and make room for another one.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you,
Char.
brothers.
Yeah, I think my internet. I have this T-Mobile internet and everything, so sometimes it gets flaky. But I just want to say, we all, that's SOP with us. We all need each other. And what I was about to say is that you don't know when you're producing content or just encouraging a brother. You don't know the depths and the magnitude of what that brother is going through and everything, and how much you can help him, even if it's indirectly and everything, so that's what I would say, to, just keep moving on, keep looking on to the future and everything, because that's our only hope, is to keep going on and keep, doing what we need to do, and we have to remember we're here to not only help ourselves, but we're here to help men, and for the betterment of men. That's what I'm trying to say. But with that, I thank you all for being my brothers, and I thank you for having a community, that I can, that I know for myself I can come to, with the things I'm dealing with, and get understanding, and help for what I'm going through, and again, my brothers, I just thank you so much, in the years I've been in this community, I can't even imagine, this type of thing happening, but I can see you guys as my family, and it will always be like that, so, but again, thanks for all that you all do, for me and everything. And with that, I'm gonna jump out and everything. So,
hey, Infinium, before you go,
yeah,
don't underestimate your role in everything that is going on with us, with MGTOW, with the philosophy, and with the push to recognize that there are serious issues with men. Your voice is part of that. Don't ever undercut yourself, brother. You've done fantastic, and you've been there. So thank you.
Yes,
Infinium,
I appreciate it. Yes,
I'd also like to let you know, whenever I'm freaking stressing out, I'll put on one of your videos and I calm down.
oh man, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I do appreciate that. And again, it's been and particularly in the last couple of years, because there's stuff going on with me. So I ask you for your prayers and stuff like that. But I know that I can come to you, brothers, and ask, for prayer and everything, and ask you to, to just listen and stuff like that. So, that's what I thank you for, and I hope that you feel the same with me. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And we do. Believe it.
And with that, I'm going to dip. I'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Okay, thank you, Kenny.
All right.
Rusty, I believe you're next.
Oh man, this whole thing sucks. God dang it. SCE was a fighter. That man, man, what a warrior. He really was. That guy was fighting right at the very end. He and I were working on a very, very secret project. And
Rusty,
yeah.
Can you log out and then come back? You're roboting, brother. So
I'd like to say something.
Go ahead.
I just want to thank SCE for going to bat for me. There are several channels, and they're not necessarily MGTOW channel. And he would go to bat and say, you could do a lot worse by giving a wrench to somebody other than Mouth Agape Ape. And to me, that was a compliment, especially coming from him.
Ape, you've always been there. And, SCE's words, John's words carried weight. He didn't just endorse randos.
No. And to have him say, this guy's good. I've checked him out. I've heard him say that about me. I've checked him out. He's good to go. You could do a lot worse. That to me, that was a thing of pride for me, that he thought that highly. So, and then I'd like to mention, you want to talk about little stories and stuff. I've talked to SCE on several occasions. It was usually on streams, in a panel, but I believe him and I talked on Discord one time, and this was not too long ago. But the funnest I ever had with SCE was on True Blood stream when they were eating dinner, and a certain hater kept coming in as Hammerhand. I think she was gone with John once or twice.
She's chronic too.
She was Dak once or twice, and every time she tried to start talking, she was just basically doing yo mama jokes, and just trying to insult people. I would just make like an air horn sound,
I'm
and
going to
I
tell
would
you what.
drown her out.
that bitch represents a great case for euthanasia.
I like to think of it more as along the lines of retroactive birth control.
That's a little more politically correct. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
But True Blood was sitting there laughing, saying, "Oh, we've got Hammerhand in the stream," and you could hear SCE laughing, and then she cut in, and then I just started going, "Ah!" and I would drown her out. They'd hang up on her, and she'd come back. She has to have 100 sock accounts.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
all
that
should know
junkyard
that you
dog
have made her life worth living. You really have.
Yeah, she got her comeuppance that night, and that's just one of my fond memories of SCE is making him laugh because she couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
And then if she tried to, I'd slam her, I'd insult her, and then she'd hang up and come back as Gone with John or Dak.
She didn't hang up once. I was hanging up, but
yeah, but she's really quick on the draw, like the horse called McGraw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like that strike. Good mother.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, I just thought I would say that it was a pleasure
First
to know
off,
the man.
I'd like to pay my respects to our brother SCE because honestly, I only knew him for around 2 years, but there was a deep respect for him. I had a deep respect for him. Just talking to him a few times and having private chats, stuff like that. And the memory I remember most about SCE was there was one time when certain drama was going on. I'm not going to delve into it to be respectful. But a channel called Tyrant Bird had seen some channels that don't like us, so to speak. And me and SCE decided that we were going to go talk to them. We were going to go talk to the Tyrant Bird channel. And we were going to straighten out what MGTOW really was. And we went there. We explained through the chat what it actually was compared to what they were trying to say it was. And generally, the owner of the channel disagreed, but he actually respected our viewpoints to the point where he gave us a wrench out of respect. And to me, working with SCE that day, that showed me exactly just how amazing of a man he was.
Awesome.
Thank you, Phoenix.
That's a great story.
Yes, sir.
All right, John, you have been waiting a long time.
Johnny.
Hey guys, so holy shit, man. When Frank passed, I did a video about Frank, and I included some of his super chats, and it was tough for me not to tear up, man. The guy was there for a long time. He was always there. SCE was that guy that was always there. Like, he was the master wrench. He was everywhere. He was always there to support a brother when everyone thought I was a Fed. And I came, I showed up out of nowhere, and like all of a sudden, but SCE was one of the people that embraced me, and was like, hey, I want to introduce you to some people. I want to show your content to some people. Over the years, like, he would show up in my streams. I mean, it's 4.5 years now. He would show up in my streams, and he would always post my links shill my shit when I was just a grifty bitch. Like, I don't. What do you say about somebody who is always there for everybody else?
Well, isn't that a testament to the man himself that you can't say anything else, right? Because he was there for all of this, for most of it, anyways, and he was in everybody's stream, irrespective of whether or not those two got along. He was absolutely dedicated.
You don't say anything. You just acknowledge the truth for what it is.
Correct.
You guys,
none of that shit.
Sir, are you classified as human? Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
And
Okay. You have something to say about
we all are.
SCE, brother?
We all are meat popsicles.
Who's next? Who's been waiting next? Billy, I think you're next.
Can I?
Yeah. Go ahead, Billy. How's it going, man?
Thanks. Thank you, Brandon, and everyone for letting me on here.
What's up, Billy?
I just wanted to pay my respects and tributes and condolences, and if I may, even share a positive story. Just give me a moment to think how I want to say it. Earlier tonight, I found out you're doing this stream. So I'm telling my daughter that I need to get you into bed because I'm having a bit of a gathering later, and I really want to attend to it. So she's staying up late, and I'm trying to encourage her to come on, get ready, go bed. And I explained to her that she's asking what's the meeting about. So I explained to her that one of the brothers has passed away. So she's becoming more kind of curious. And this is how influential and how hardworking SE is, because even though he has passed away, he is there watching over, telling me to tell her that even though there's a tribute which is for him, he would rather I was late showing up in order to read her a story and tuck her in and not to worry about it than for me, than for me not to. So that's the kind of takeaway I like to think is that the little things do fucking matter. You don't have to be some epic crusader moving mountains or something. Even small things like that play a big impact in people's lives, not just our own, but the future generations that are very, very young. So salute and shout out to SCE, and thank you.
Billy.
Thanks, Billy. Good to see you, brother.
Thanks for coming in here, Billy. Much appreciation, brother.
Thank you all, and thank you for hosting and remembering what SE is trying to bestow his wisdom upon us all, which, like what Outlaw was saying, and like you, Hammerhand, is, yes, it's sad, but they would not just SE, but the ones who have gone and move on, they wouldn't want us to be they wouldn't want us to die along with them spiritually. They would want us to not forget what matters and take the lessons forward, because that is how we honor and celebrate everything that they've done and what they stood for and believed in.
Agreed. There's a proper time to mourn, but it doesn't last forever, and it shouldn't.
That's right. Yeah.
So
100%.
So yeah.
He was always he was always in such a good mood. Like that's the thing is like when he showed up, it lifted whatever the stream was, whatever like he was always in the best spirits. Like all of us assholes have had our day where we're like on edge or just we need to rant, but SCE was always like brimming with positivity. Always.
He treated everyone with dignity and respect, despite differences of beliefs and opinions and people fighting. He was like Mr. Neutral and diplomacy, calm, collected.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had disagreements with me. He wanted me to see how his side of things and what he thinks how things should be and stuff like that. And he was very respectful. He didn't get angry with me or anything like this. And hopefully I treated him the same. And as men, have dialogue and discussion should be. So it's okay to have differences of opinions. What matters is being able to discuss these matters, go through them together, and hopefully you can settle any beat. I'm not saying that me and him had fights or anything like that. Not by far, no way, not at all. But to be able to talk to one another and respect each other, and that's what matters.
100%.
Yes, sir. Hey, Brandon, can you do me a favor, brother? Send me an email.
sir.
I've got something that I want to send to you.
Well, thank you anyway, guys. So I'll jump off and let some other people on as well.
All right.
So,
Good to see you, Billy.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, man.
Hey, does anybody have a picture of SCE? I know Brandon, you and Hammerhand and Dak. I know.
Yeah,
I sent you
all
a
of
link.
you guys have my phone number. Will y'all send me like a
I
picture?
sent you a- What'd you do with the one I sent you?
I
Don?
saved that one. I saved that, but you didn't specifically say that was SCE. So I was like,
okay.
is this a
John?
meme or is this a yeah?
You see that link that I just posted?
I'll send
Yes,
you your own.
yeah. When I loaded it a minute ago, in all fairness, Brendan, it looked it didn't seem to load right, but maybe that's my user error. Let me.
Oh, I got one coming.
You're
at you.
number 40.
Sorry, that might be me, guys. Sorry, but just and I know not to queer out or nothing, but like I'd like a picture of the guy. He meant something to me also. Like he,
Okay.
you know.
It's on its way, John. I got you a nice picture of him.
Yeah, you got my number, Dak.
It was funny, guys. I'd just like to say, like on his Facebook post, it was in 23. It was January 23 or 24. He had posted this beautiful picture of heaven, and a couple of people had, said, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on?" And he's like, "Well, it's come close a couple times, but I'm still here, so it's still a Merry Christmas." But it was kind of, weird that he posted that. But I think he knew for a while here that it wasn't going to be long.
Was he suffering with something that he knew about, or was this just
yeah,
out of
yeah.
the blue?
Yeah,
Okay, this wasn't.
Was really bad. Like, I mean, we were having a phone conversation, and he would have one of his coughing attacks, and I thought he was dead by the end of it, but thank God he wasn't. But yeah,
Man.
he had COPD real bad and a real bad heart. That's why we got along so well. We talk about our heart conditions for hours, right?
I smoked for like 25 years, and that's one addiction that is just unbelievable. But I will. You have to love our brothers that choose to go that direction. But God bless him, man. Okay, I appreciate that, Dak. Thank you. I had no idea he already knew about this or that this was an issue. How, if y'all don't mind me asking, how did we get confirmation of that this took place? I think his family was standoffish to us. Is that not correct?
No, that's not true, Billy. I tried his family, but on Facebook, if you're not friends, they didn't get my messages. So, I don't know, Brandon, do you want to explain this to him real quick, or no?
Yeah. What happened was I've been really reluctant to hand out his name to people.
Yeah, of course.
I've given it to a couple of folks, and they looked. We've even had a police detective look into him, and nobody found anything. And then we turned to Billy Von Baum, and he worked his magic. He discovered that he took the address that I had come up with and found it as a listing and contacted the real estate agent who was listing the house, and then got the story about what happened to SCE from the real estate agent.
Gotcha. Guys, Brandon Trueblood is like the godfather of one of the godfathers of MGTOW. He's like one of the only people in the world other than my kids that know where I am. I just want to point that out. Like he's he's the guy. Like he's one of the godfathers of it. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brandon. Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't give out anybody's information unless there's something happening like SCE.
And I wouldn't have trusted you if I didn't know this just by knowing you.
Well, we talked about it when Billy first come on. Me and Brandon were kind of like, well, I don't know about this. I don't know. But then we thought, well, I don't.
So, but even to this day, if you look, you're not going to be able to find anything except for the remembrance page that Billy Von Baum made today.
You won't find anything on him ever.
You know,
now, look, that's a good testament to a MGTOW man right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's you minimize your footprint.
Hidden, man. What I know,
Nation, just Ghost Nation, man.
Ghost Nation.
I don't want to like dox it out, but what state was he in? What part
He
of
was
the
in
world was he in?
Oklahoma.
Wow.
He's originally
great.
from Grand Prairie, Texas.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But he went up to Oklahoma City a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Well, it's more than a couple now. But his son moved up there, and his son had children, and he wanted to be close to them, be grandpa.
Of course.
How cool is that, man?
Yeah. He was definitely closer to his family there, and he. I remember him. We were on a phone call, and he'd be so excited. His son was coming over, and he was just excited to beat all hell. And so, yeah, he had a good life there. Remainder of his life there, really good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, any final thoughts? Because we're coming up on an hour, and I can tell you this. I can't do this much longer and not start leaking out of my eyes.
Yeah, this sucks, man. That's my final thoughts are this fucking sucks, man.
Thoughts.
I didn't know Vincent as well, and about the time I was coming around, it was just after, and I knew Frank, Channel 1800 Dumb, and I knew SCE because he brought me in and introduced me to so many of you guys, and it sucks, man. It sucks. He always told me that July was going to be masculinity month, and I would just love it if everyone pushed that shit out there, and everyone didn't just say July was masculinity month, but in honor of SCE, July is masculinity month. And I say everybody do as many July masculinity months videos as possible in dedication to him, because man, just he was really real with me, and I appreciate knowing the guy.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Well spoken there, John. Well spoken.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Broderick, you got anything to say?
Yeah. As you all know, I myself have a heart abnormality that puts me at an 80% risk to have a heart attack at any time. When it finally catches up to me, do not have this dreary and bemoaned attitude. Be glad. Be accepting. And understand that's the way that I would want things to be.
Well, thank you, Broderick.
Yes, sir.
I met SCE. I believe I met SCE first on Hammerhand's streams. And then I got to know him more on Chronic streams. And what I do know of the guy was that he was always informative, always willing to pass on information. It was never a
Always
question I
willing.
couldn't ask.
Always willing to bring people together too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He was
He,
a
he
stand-up
believed
guy.
he believed very firmly in the idea, and Line of MGTOW was one of the first ones to broach this, is that a lot of us have the playbook. Hand the playbook to people. You don't have to dangle carrots in front of them. You don't have to give the starving horse water to string them along. Give them the playbook. Let them make the choice. And that was SCE all the way. Duality Reality was the same way.
Yep.
Mhm.
100%.
And as you all know, I always have valued knowledge, wherever it may come from,
That's a superpower.
Mm-hmm.
because
Sure.
it was
Damn right.
it was knowledge at first that brought me through the strides of the situation that came about with me myself. And so, with that in part, is an experience in my own life. That was one of the things I valued about SCE. He was always willing to impart knowledge on others.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
I've never seen a guy that was wrenched on so many channels.
No.
I don't
No.
think I'll ever see that again.
Him and
Everywhere,
Bob,
man.
him and
Probably
Polska
not.
Bob had the big competition who had the most wrenches. Him and
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh yeah.
You got to watch out for them Polska streams, man. They're dangerous.
Well, you know, it's like Terrence Pop. There's no telling what reach SCE had while his time was here. Yeah, I'm seeing guys that I've never met in the chat right now saying that, you know, he helped them through something. His impact is just so big,
It is
man.
immense.
Well, Outlaw.
All right.
I mean, Terrence and Blake directly contributed to at least 600 men not killing themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know what our count is here. I lost count. But SCE has been an integral part of that.
Yeah.
So, and he was wrenched over there too. So,
Oh yeah.
He was.
For the
And he
longest-
loved pop streams. He loved pop streams, man. SCE
Oh, yeah.
was always there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was everywhere. Like, what can you say about this guy?
He loved everybody's stream, man.
he just needed it. And, you know, when you feel your life starting to pull away from you and you take those fuzzy blue blinders off and you start seeing it for what it is, that's when you're most vulnerable to exiting this meat suit that we've got. That's the hardest point in time in life, is when you wake up and you see what's going on. You can't go back. You have to go forward. And SCE was fighting that battle with a lot of men. So it's easy to see why people do these things. This is as much therapy for the content creator as it is for the people that jump in here.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to all you brothers, man. Thanks for not pulling the trigger on yourselves. You've done yourselves a favor, and us.
100%.
The fight is.
Go ahead.
The fight is all we have at the end.
That's true. And it's hard for people to realize that.
Yep. Not taking the permanent solution for a temporary problem is
That's right.
always
Nope.
the way to go.
That's right.
All right.
You don't want to do that.
Single chat,
I'm so
brother.
Well, I can remember when Brandon had a talk with him on a stream, and he sounded like a upstanding guy, cool, collective, calm, sort of guy who was, you know, a rock, who could see things straight and set them straight. And that was a great thing to have. So salute to him. And I'm out of beer. Damn it.
Yes, sir. He was unshakable. That was the thing that I noticed most about him. He was absolutely unshakable. When junkyard dogs and ankle biters would come after him in packs, this motherfucker grew 8 or 10 more arms and took care of all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he had his
Shut the
voice
fuck up.
was velvety. Like he had this velvety voice. The way it didn't go up or down. The cadence was smooth, but it was just so buttery listening to him talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There was a weight behind his speech, and it's
Age,
yeah,
wisdom.
cool collective mindset. This is how we do. How I'm going to speak, and this is the way to go. This is the way.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So Dag, I
100%.
know that. I had I had my little fuzzy eyes. So I did that too. So you're not alone. So
Yes, sir.
yeah. Shout out to SE for being a grand master of the Discord and whatever he had his finger on, because he had a lot of fingers in whatever pie that we had.
All right, now this is getting suggestive now.
Pause.
Oh,
well,
could the make cake or something? Are you saying that?
Those fingers smelled like low tide.
Oh,
if
jeez.
he
Oh,
was
man.
still here, if he,
would
was
love
still here,
this, but
brothers,
he would love this joke. Like he would love this.
if
Yes,
he
sir.
was still here, and I believe it'd be just like Vincent, he'd tell us, "Don't ever get married, gents. Stay single."
That's what he'd say.
Do you know, John? I purchased 4 stuffed boxes.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I mean, speaking of those stuffed boxes, are there any left?
I think we've got 6. We've got 6 left.
Oh man, it's coming in tight.
We got 6 left. So,
man.
yeah. Now,
Hammer?
if we
Yeah,
go
I'm
over
definitely
that,
gonna.
this stream is not meant to be talked about that, but I'll just briefly say
Hammer,
that if
Hammer,
we go over
I'm-
the 6, then I'm obligated to get 50 more, and that's the only way that they will be re-upped is if we go over that 6.
Man, I will say this, Hammer. SCE would love that. When I started doing the pressure washing thing 3 years ago, and I was, a little guy chucking a truck, he was one of the guys that was like, "Man, you can do this. Just keep going. Like keep reinvent."
Yep.
Like he had all this motivational stuff, and for him, if he was here today, seeing the success of your project and what you've done and how far you've come since day one, he would be amazed. I'm telling you, this guy sent me messages every day, man. Your business can do it. You can make it. You can. And I mean,
Well,
he was just a guy's guy.
Yeah, he was, of course. I'm relatively certain that he has an order placed already. So when we get down to fulfillment, if I happen to come across his order, I will save it out for him, and then I'll decide later on what to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we got a couple more
Godfather.
guys here. So, Broderick, are you finished? Can we let you go?
Yep.
Outlaw, anything else?
Like I said earlier, I mean, I look at this as a celebration. It because we know where he's at. He's not lost. We didn't lose SCE. God gained SCE, and we know where he went. So, gentlemen, rejoice. We had
Yes,
the
sir.
privilege to know him throughout his
Yes,
life.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Brando, man, I'm gonna get out of your way too. I know you got a few more people. I just had to come in, man. Thank you so much for doing the stream. I appreciate it for you and everyone that's shown up. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, John. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Take care, brother.
All right.
All right. Peace, guys.
Yeah, I gotta drop out as well. Battery dying on the phone, guys.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Godfather, you've been waiting for a long time.
Godfather, then D-Man.
First of all, Brandon, thank you for doing this. Billy Von Baum, thank you for doing the digging to get us the information. No, my first introduction to SCE was in 2019 when I found my way into our philosophy through Hammerhand. Shout out Hammerhand.
Sir.
And I was under the name of a Red Pill Pipe Hitter at the time.
I remember that.
Wow. Never knew
I
that.
remember that.
You do remember that? That's awesome. Thank you. And I didn't even know what the hell Master Wrench meant.
But that's how you referred to him, and I would see him in the chat, and he was just always there. So I got accustomed just to seeing him wherever I would wander throughout the MGTOW channels. Now there's 3 men named John that I have known that I have the utmost regard for that have passed on. The first one was my grandfather. The second one was the finest Marine that I've ever known or served with, and now SCE. So John is a good, strong name.
Yes, sir. It is.
100%, man.
And he's a fellow Okie. I'm an Okie. So we had that in common. And the last time I actually spoke to him on Discord. I actually spoke to him back in January on my daughter's birthday. And we spoke for about an hour. And it was a really good call.
Yes, sir.
And because we were texting, and I was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "Do you mind if we stop typing? You mind if I give you a call?" And I was expecting him to say no. I don't know why, but that's just kind of the response that I was expecting to get. He's like, "Yeah, man, give me a minute." And we talked for like an hour, just talk. And then the last time that he responded to me was on Discord, was back in February. And I was actually in talks with another one of the brothers to actually make a trip to Oklahoma to do our own investigating to try to figure out what happened to him. But unfortunately, that never materialized. So, but again, unfortunately, I've helped put a lot of brothers in the ground, but I know he's in a better place. He was always in the fight. He was never out of the fight until the fight decided that it was done with him. And now he's home.
Yes, sir.
Right
So
on.
rest in peace, John.
Yeah, rest in peace. Brandon,
That's all I got, boys.
I've got to get going, brother.
Thank you, Hammerhand. I really
Hey, man, you're
appreciate
welcome.
you showing
Thanks
up.
for putting this together. Thanks to Billy Von Baum. Thanks to all of the panel members, everybody in the chat, and to my lovely, wonderful first Master Wrench. I love you, and I miss you already, and I really, really hope that there is a heaven, because it's going to be better off for a guy like that.
Right on.
Yep.
Well said, Hammer.
Broke the mold, man. You can't. I don't think anybody else should have that title, because he broke the mold.
Well,
I agree.
he had different ideas about that than you do, guys.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
The guy he wanted to give it to, that title to, is on the panel right now, and that would be D-Man 50.
So we'll chat in a little bit, guys. Peace out.
Thank you, Hammer.
Thank you very, very much for doing this, and I'll catch you on the Sunday sermon.
Thanks, Hammer.
Peace, guys.
Peace, brother.
All right.
But no, that's all I had, Brandon. That's all I had, Brandon. So thank you
Thank
again
you very
for doing
much,
this.
Godfather.
And thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Take care, boys. Have a good one.
Right on, man. D-Man, you old dog. How's it going?
Gentlemen, I'm going to keep this brief. The last few hours have been very tough. I want to thank you all for coming out here tonight. And I want to thank the one and only Master Wrench. Love you, brothers.
Well, thanks, D-Man. He's not joking when he said he'd keep it quick.
I feel bad for keeping him backstage for so long, man.
Oh, he don't mind. He's okay.
Yeah. Jerry,
man?
What's on your mind, brother?
Oh, I was debating when I was going to come on. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay, because I've got my earbuds in. I don't know if my mic is through them. But I was debating on coming on. But I figured that it's necessary to at least come on and say how much I appreciate you guys, pretty much all the MGTOW guys or anybody who's ever known him, because it's amazing just how many people this one person has touched, even if it's just through just being in the chat and seeing that name. pop up, and then you go to another stream and you see that same name. But I appreciate all you guys. And I have one beer left and one drink left, so I was going to raise a toast to anybody who has a drink. If you drink or drink water, whatever. To our brother, John, SCE. Cheers.
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 That's
All
all I
right.
have. I just wanted to say hi and thanks, guys.
Right
Thank
on,
you,
Jerry.
Jerry.
I'll catch y'all
We
later.
appreciate it.
See you, brother.
Bye-bye.
Yep, see you.
Well, Dak.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Brandon, thank you so much, man. This has been a really successful live stream, man. You had over 100 and some in the box. Everybody showed up for this. Hats off to everybody. Big congratulations. Thanks a lot, guys, for showing up for SCE and everything. Really appreciate it. I'm not going to say too much. I've kind of had a bad day, a little bit of a bad day at the hospital, and then on my way home, I found out that this happened. So, but anyway, Brandon, thank you for having me, and I will just I'll just bow out and go into the chat and let you finish your live stream. So, thank you, sir, and God bless SCE. He will never be forgotten.
No.
Take care, brother.
Well, this is a testament to the passing of a great man. I want to thank each and every one of you all for coming out and showing your respect, because at the end of the day, if you have the respect at one time we had almost 150 people in here who loved this man. People knew him. Most people didn't have anything bad to say about him. I'd like to tell everybody he did get angry, but he never, ever, ever let that cloud his judgment. And he gave respect as well to those who deserved that respect. But if you didn't deserve his respect, you didn't get it. So thank you, every one of you, for respecting my friend and your friend. He touched so many lives. Fair winds and following seas, John. Peace out, brothers. No marriage, no cohabitation, no new children. And remember our good brother, the Master Rich. Peace out.